Imagine this. You wake up late for work, open your phone, and in seconds you can book a ride, train, or even a plane ticket. Easy. But thousands of years ago, traveling from one city to another could take weeks, plus the chance of getting robbed, lost, or eaten by something. The story of transportation is basically humans saying, "Walking sucks. Let's cheat." At first, our transport system was simple. 2 feet. Walking was humanity's original Uber, but walking is slow and humans hate slow. So we said, what if we ride that animal instead? Boom. Horses, camels, donkeys, even elephants. Horses especially changed history. With them, we didn't just travel faster, we conquered faster. Genghis Khan basically built an empire just by being the world's deadliest horseboy. Then came the wheel. Today it's boring. Back then, it was the iPhone launch of the ancient world. With wheels came carts and wagons, and suddenly moving 300 pounds of grain didn't require breaking your back. Fast forward, the Roman Empire. These guys built roads everywhere, over 400,000 kilometers. That's why people said, all roads lead to Rome. They weren't joking. If Google Maps existed back then, Rome was the default setting. After land, humans looked at the sea and thought, what if we don't just sit here? So we built boats, and then bigger boats. Suddenly, spices from Indonesia reached Europe, silk from China reached Persia, and unfortunately, colonialism reached everywhere. Transportation, opening worlds, and opening problems. By the age of exploration, ships were the airplanes of their time. Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Zheng He, they were basically influencers showing off their ships like we flex Teslas today. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and everything went turbo. The steam engine arrived, and suddenly trains appeared. Imagine being in the 1800s. You're used to traveling 3 days by horse, and now this giant iron snake gets you there in hours. Trains didn't just move people, they moved entire economies. While trains ruled the land, steamships ruled the seas. Crossing oceans turned from a months-long nightmare into a scheduled trip. This was when migration exploded. Transportation wasn't just about trade anymore. It reshaped societies, and then cars. At first, they were weird toys for rich people. Boxes with wheels that broke down every 10 minutes. But Henry Ford showed up with mass production, and cars became the iPhones of the 20th century. Cars gave people freedom, culture, and endless traffic jams. Without cars, no road trips, no drive-thrus, and definitely no Fast and Furious movies. But humanity wasn't satisfied. We looked at the sky and said, let's fly. The Wright brothers' first plane in 1903 changed everything. Suddenly, humans weren't crawling across continents. We were soaring over them. Of course, wars made planes evolve faster. World War I and II turned airplanes into machines of destruction. But afterward, they became machines of connection. Today, you can eat breakfast in London and dinner in New York. Sounds fancy, until you realize you spent 7 hours stuck next to a crying baby. And then, the ultimate flex, space travel. Rockets, satellites, the moon landing. Transportation was no longer about Earth, but about leaving Earth. Though let's be honest, most of us still struggle to get a taxi on Friday night. But here's the catch. Every transport upgrade came with side effects. Cars gave us traffic and smog. Planes gave us turbulence and overpriced airport food. Ships gave us seasickness. And all of them gave us climate change. That's why today we're obsessed with green transport. Electric cars, bullet trains, maybe even hyperloops, if Elon Musk doesn't get distracted. Zoom out, and transportation isn't just about moving from A to B. It's why empires rose and fell, why cultures mixed, and why your Amazon package somehow arrives in 2 days. Every leap, horses, wheels, trains, planes, shrunk the world a little more. So next time you're stuck in traffic, annoyed because it takes an hour to move 5 kilometers, just remember, your ancestors needed 3 months on a leaky boat for the same trip. Compared to that, your traffic jam is luxury. Transportation is not just how we move. It's proof that humans will never sit still. And if history tells us anything, it's this. Whatever comes next, flying cars, space elevators, or teleportation, someone will still complain that it's late.